Hi guys, it's Nikki, and today I'm going to be doing a plan with me in the vertical Erin Condren using this kit from FrankHeartsYou. So the deco sheet as well as this date cover sheet were purchased separately from this kit, and then these pages right here are actually part of the kit, and then the last sheet that I am going to show is the functional add-on sheet. Wendy sent this to me when I purchased the kit, so I thought today that I would do something a little bit different. The last plan with me that I filmed using a FrankHeartsYou kit was a very decorative set, and there wasn't quite that much room to write. I believe I could only write in the ombre checklist that were included with the kit. And I wanted to show you guys just a little different way to use these kits. I personally don't mind when the kit is super decorative, because I do use multiple other planners. The vertical isn't my, I would say, like main write everything down planner. That would be my horizontal that I normally do the all pin in. But I thought this time that I would do something just a little bit different and show you guys that these kits can actually be super functional. So the first thing that I did was I went ahead and put down my date covers, and I decided to use these adorable little lipsticks. Just super, super cute. So I wanted to kind of do this really strategically. The last time that I used one of these kits, I didn't think it through the way that I should have, and I ended up not doing things the way that I would have done them had I been able to pull those stickers back up. This is the premium matte paper that I'm using, the same that I was using last time. I love this paper. It is so great. So I do continue to purchase that, even though it isn't removable, but I normally, if I'm careful, I'm okay. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and put down my today headers just right underneath those lipstick date covers, and I'm just trying to make sure that everything is pretty straight, because when I lay down some of these stickers, it's kind of difficult to get them back up, so I'm trying just to do it right the first time, take a little bit of time to do it properly. So I decided that I wanted to do date covers and then start with my top boxes. So I wanted to go ahead and put down things that I knew 100% where I wanted them to go, so that I didn't have the same issue that I had last time. And I did still have kind of some issues when I did this, but it was mainly because I was combining things into this kit that weren't originally intended to go with this kit. It was I think she calls them full cover kit, that it's designed to take up all of the space in the planner, and I did add in that functional sheet. So I ended up taking up some space that wasn't really intended to be taken up. But again, I did want to make this a little bit of a more functional spread for myself, as well as to show you guys a different way to do these kits so that you can really make it work for you, so that you can add in pretty much anything that you want to add in. And I do have a good bit left over when I'm finished that I'll show you guys, but I love the way that this turned out. It's beautiful. Just all of Wendy's kits are very, very pretty. She does design all of this herself. They are just so gorgeous. But I know that some people thought that these just weren't very functional, so just wanted to do something a little bit different for you guys. So I did go ahead and lay down my sidebar, which I do end up changing that up a little bit and covering some of that up. And I just laid down a next week header as well as a to buy header. So the next thing that I did was I put my bottom washi down, and I put this washi all the way down as low as I could put it, because I knew I was going to need a little bit of extra space, because I was going to be adding some stuff into the bottom. So you guys can see that there is a pretty decent gap in between the bottom washi and where those boxes start. But again, I wanted to start off doing the things that I knew where they were going to go, and I didn't kind of have to question what it was that I was going to do. So at this point, I decided that I wanted to start from the bottom up, and I wanted to go ahead and lay down my little things and then put a little bit of separation between them. So this is the functional sheet, and it does have some different stuff on it, and the first thing that I ended up doing was putting down my water trackers. I don't normally track my water intake, but I thought for the sake of the video that I would go ahead and throw those onto the bottom. And they do look really cute. I also wanted to do a little bit of separation between the colors that are on that washi and then the colors that are with that asterisk that is on the little things that I'm going to put down next. And I could have used some of those other colors up top. She did leave them blank, and then there are all those icons so that you could actually, if you wanted to use those blank ones right there and then just add the icon in that you wanted to do. But I decided just to go with the asterisk, so I went ahead and put down those. And then after I get all of these laid down, I'm going to go ahead and put some washi underneath my ombre checklist, just for kind of a little bit of a barrier. So I do have these really adorable notes boxes, and that is what ended up not getting used, because I did do the little things on the bottom, and even though I moved them down some, it still didn't fit. And I'm thinking that maybe something should have like overlaid that bottom washi, and that way I would have been able to fit everything. But it just didn't happen the way that I did it. So I did do the washi, and then I kind of messed around with that notes section for a little bit to try to figure out if I could use it. But some of these boxes, including the full boxes, I don't remember if the notes boxes were this way, but they are actually larger than the Erin Condren boxes. And I know that Wendy does that because of the way that these kits work. Everything would normally fit in there perfectly, and there wouldn't be any white space. But because I did end up adding in some things that weren't technically really supposed to be there, it didn't fit perfectly for me. So I end up taking some of this washi right here and making a barrier in between my little things. And I could have fit those notes there if I really wanted to. But I think that as I was doing this, I made the decision that I was just going to save them. I think I'm going to try to do a So Much Crafting insert video with the remainder of this kit and see what I can come up with. And I did end up taking that habit tracker from the functional sheet and overlaying it on top of that sidebar. It wasn't really necessary, but I do like to keep track of my meal plan, either in the sidebar or down at the bottom during, like, with the little things. And since I only had one little thing per day, I didn't think I was going to be able to do it down there. So I just decided to overlay that. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the full boxes, and I'm just matching them up. I did the two that had the matching patterns all the way over to the weekend, and then this full box right here is actually a little bit smaller, and it was actually for the Thankful Thought box. So I went to put that over there, and I actually laid the sidebar down a bit low so you could see the June colors peeking out. But I had an extra piece of washi, so I just pulled that back up and stuck that extra piece down there just to get rid of that background color. So now I'm just going to take my full boxes, and I'm kind of just going to go back and forth with the more decorative ones and then the patterned ones. I do have really gorgeous deco to go with this kit, so I planned on overlaying it on top of some of the ones that were just more repeating patterns. And I just kind of tried to space the colors out a little bit. So since I didn't use my notes section, I decided that I wanted to do half boxes across the top, and I did try to figure out a way to use the notes section, but it just wasn't going to work for me. So I did end up taking these half boxes and going across the top, so it ended up being a very just kind of a normal base kit for me. So I had my ombre checklist at the top, and then I had my half boxes in the center, and then I had my little things at the bottom. So this was very, very functional. And these half boxes are adorable, and they match that washi perfectly. It actually almost looked like one piece. And then some of them have just little sunglasses, a little lipstick in them. Super, super cute. So then I did go ahead and take my weekend banner, and I ended up laying that in between the two pieces of washi that were just separating the half box and the ombre checklist. And I continued going back and forth because I didn't write my dates on my date covers. I had no idea what the days were. So I do end up taking a pen and just going in and writing down what the dates are. The little lipstick tubes actually had a little circle in them where you could write the dates that I thought was just super adorable. And in just a second, you're going to see the pen go flying across the screen because I can't hold on to anything. There it goes. So I do use the Sharpie pen. It isn't the skinny one. It's a little bit nicer. It's a little bit thicker. I'm not a fan of the super tiny Sharpie pens, the really skinny ones. So I picked up a few of these, and I have been loving using those on the glossy paper. And then here is my deco, so I'm just going to stick that along the washi at the bottom as well as up top. And then I do overlay some of it on top of those full boxes, and it is just super adorable. I'm completely in love with this kit. Love the washi. I love the full boxes, and I love the deco. It is just gorgeous. I did have a few issues with the deco. When I pulled on it too quickly, and this is the premium matte paper, and mine does the exact same thing, but I pulled on it too quickly, and it ended up taking the backing with it instead of just coming up as The sticker having the backing. Does that make any sense what I just said? I don't think it does. Either way, I had to go in and try to separate it with my nail. It wasn't a big deal. I was able to separate it, but that's what I'm doing right here. I'm just fidgeting with it, and that was completely my fault. You kind of have to be really gentle with the premium matte paper, or it can rip, or you can get it and the backing won't come up properly. So I did some stuff up top. I did some stuff in the half boxes, which I actually thought was really cute. It ended up complementing the other half boxes really well that already had some of the sunglasses and little lipsticks in it. But I tried to use everything because I just was in love with it. So cute. So I did purchase the deco sheet separately as well as the date cover sheet. And then the full kit was what you guys saw after that. And then the last part that I showed that had the little things on it, as well as some of that extra washi, was the functional sheet that you can add on to these kits. I believe it is new, and I'm not completely sure if Wendy has it available for every single kit, but I would definitely suggest picking that up as well, especially if you like to have your little things down at the bottom and you just want a little bit more and you kind of want to make the kit your own. So I'm going to speed you guys through the rest of me putting this deco down because I was really taking my time with that. And if you guys want to see more of these FrankHeartsYou kits that have the functional sheets with them, let me know because I know a lot of people really loved watching the kit when I did it the first time. So let me know if you guys want to see even more with the functional sheets and just kind of changing it up a little bit, and I will talk to you guys next time.